This is part 5 of how I was resurrected from the dead. At the end of part 4, I was talking about the strange things, spiritual warfare. I have now entered into spiritual warfare that I am totally unfamiliar about. This is the disclaimer part of how I was resurrected from the dead. It's February now, so Pam and my mom, we had decided after seeking the Lord to extend the 21-day fast, the Daniel fast. So we was going past the 21 days because we just felt it in our spirit that it was mandatory. It was necessary for us to continue to fast. So they doing good. And Shell is still sick in her body with the flu-like symptoms, the acid reflux to where it causing me to spit up a lot. I'm still carrying this spit cup around. I still got this agony pain in my side. And now strange things, starting to happen at the house. Like I said, AT&T came to restore my phone service because it wasn't working. So immediately after it got done restoring my phone, there was a cat, a white cat, all white, fat white cat, sitting at my back of my kitchen door. It was an all glass sliding door, and just staring at me. And then all of a sudden all these birds from out of nowhere just came and landed in the yard. There was nowhere on the grass, where you can see where there was not a bird. And they was just looked like they was in perfect row, and they was just looking at me. And I was hitting at the window. These folks didn't move. These animals did not move. They didn't even blink. And so I'm like, this is strange. So I went to call my mama, because this particular day she didn't come over from her lunch. She had some work she had to catch up on, and I went to call her. Now y'all know I just said my phone was restored. So I went to call her. Guess what? I ain't got no service again. Ain't nothing, no signal, no dial tone, no nothing. So I'm like, I cannot believe this is happening. So I go on and I sit down for a minute to just think, like, what is really going on? So I was reminded, the Holy Spirit reminded me that when we first moved in that house, the first day, my brothers and Tony's were moving our stuff in, and after they had brought everything into the living room, Pam and I, we decided to take a break because she was over there helping too. And we was sitting down on the couch and everything, and Rashad was outside. He was back and forth in and out the house, he's 3-year-old, so he all in the way. So he running back and forth, and then out of nowhere, he came flying from out the back into the living room and just leaped into my arm. And he was trembling. He was terrified. I'm like, baby, what's wrong? So I'm panicking. I'm like, what done happened? And he said, a ghost, a ghost, a ghost. So Pam looking like, and I'm like, what? And from that day forward, Rashad would not go into their room that's supposed to be their room. And because he was so terrified, I didn't put anything in their bed or nothing. They slept in the room with us. Rashad and Ma slept in the room with us. I didn't put their beds up in that room. It was just a room that was a storage room, because he was so afraid, and he would not go into that bathroom by himself. I asked him, where did you see a ghost? And this is a 3-year-old talking about a ghost. Now, I ain't been teaching him about no ghosts, and only thing I can think of that he probably could think about a ghost is watching Scooby-Doo, but for him to come and say that and to be terrified. So I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, God. I said, God, is this house, something going on in this house? Something demonic? I said, you sure right? Rashad did do that the first day that we moved in the house. And Pam was like, girl, y'all need to anoint this house for something. If Rashad's seen this and he's terrified, because she grabbed him, because Ahmad had started to cry, and I picked up Ahmad and she grabbed Rashad and she was consoling him, to get him to calm down. She was rubbing his back and everything and stuff. And so, but from that day forward, I didn't let them go in their room. I kept their door shut. And when Rashad went to go to the bathroom, I always had to go to the bathroom because he was terrified to go by himself. So that, that kind of went out of my mind when everything started to happen with, with me getting sick and everything and stuff. And then just trying to, keep up, because I'm just used to doing my routine, getting up, taking them to the bathroom, getting them dressed and feeding them and all that stuff. So I'm used to it. So it had kind of slipped, my mind that this happened the first day that we moved into this house. So now, after that registered back into my mind by the Holy Spirit, I get up and I go on, tending to the boys and waiting on Tony to come home and everything. My mom, I know she was going to come home when she got off at 4:30, and she did, and she checked on us, and I was telling her, I was like, Mama, we don't have no phone service again. She was like, well, y'all gonna come over today? I said, no, I think we'll be pretty, we'll be okay. Tony get home in a few hours, so, and I just didn't feel like, going from one house to the next house, and I just didn't feel like then had to get the diaper bag and all this stuff together, and I was just, no, we'll be okay. And I said, yeah, we'll be okay. So she stayed a little while, and then she finally went home so she can get herself ready, for the next day. So I got the house on chill mode, the babies, Rashad watching cartoon, and Maud, he's sleeping, and I'm sitting here, and I'm just praying because I'm praying within my spirit, because I just felt like a weird feeling had come over me, and I just wasn't feeling right. So I was just sitting down in the recliner chair, and I would just begin to pray. I'm like, Lord, continue to protect us. That's what I kept saying, Lord, continue to protect us, and heal me from whatever this is, I got going on in my body. So now after I got done praying and meditating with the Lord, now I'm just sitting here, chilling with Rashad, watching cartoon with him, and Ahmad laying over in his car seat, on the couch, sleep, all bundled up. So here I hear keys. I hear the screen door opening. And then I hear the keys putting into the lock, and I hear the door turning, and I hear the door open. So I'm waiting on Tony to come around the corner and say, hey, how y'all doing? What y'all, how you feeling today? So I'm sitting there wait. So like, did he had to go to the bathroom or something? But I'm like, if he went to the bathroom, I would have heard the door close, because I left the door open, so no, nothing. So I got up and walked in the front room. The screen door was, you open the screen door and you put it on lock so it can stay open. That was open, and the wood door was open. But Tony was not in the house. It was like 7:15. Nobody. So I'm like, I know dang well somebody ain't just. I said, no, they had keys. I heard keys. I heard this door open. And now this door is physically open. Both doors. The screen door was on lock. Wide open. And the wooden door, the front door, was open. Wide open. Not a soul in the house but me, Rashad, and Ahmad. No Tony. Y'all tune into part 6 to see what happened next.